And now, ladies and gentlemen, what you've all been waiting for, the Man Killer.
The moment of truth has finally arrived.
The book that couldn't be written is now the motion picture that couldn't be made. Myra Breckenridge.
I'll be right with you, boys. Get your resumes out.
What's your name, honey?
I'm Myra Breckenridge.
You have all the kinky angles that are in right now. I mean, have you any that I don't know about?
Oh, Letitia.
What about studs?
They don't call you the queen of the casting couch for nothing.
But in creating her performance, the ambitious actress got no help from her most celebrated co-star.
How tall are you without your horse?
Well, ma'am, I'm 6 feet 7 inches.
Well, never mind about the 6 feet. Let's talk about the 7 inches.
To play man-hungry agent Letitia Van Allen, the director hired Mae West, whose risque persona in the 1930s made her a pop icon. But the 76-year-old legend had not made a movie in 26 years.
She had never made a color movie. Now she comes along and she's making a comeback-like thing. And she did not want to know about me. I had an audience arranged for me at Ravenswood in her apartment, and she had pink light bulbs on 25 watts. It was like dark in there. And she finally emerged from her bedroom, like fully in this long blonde wig like that Richard Bardot would be wearing, and mink eyelashes. I thought, please God, don't let this happen to me at 72. I kneel practically at her feet and I say, "Oh, Miss West, it's so great to meet you. You're a living legend and I've read all about you." And she said, "Oh, yeah. Oh, what did you say your name was?"
Soon the tension between the two sex symbols became as notorious as the film itself.
Mae West immediately said, "Oh, she's a sweet little thing, you know, but no real woman would play this part." Well, it was war from that minute on.
Filming took another turn for the surreal when Mae West arrived to shoot her first movie scenes in 26 years.
She didn't work before 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
I do a lot of night work sometimes.
And she definitely did not want to appear on camera with me in the same frame. She could appear there and I could appear in my shot, but we were not to stand side by side. They made this beautiful dress for me to do with the scene with Mae. Beautiful black hat, veil, black dress, very theatrical, and Mae had all white, and she had a big white hat and like a black streamer coming down. I go to the closet to get the dress is missing. I call the producer and say, "Bobby, something terrible's happened, we can't find the dress." He said, "Oh, it's been confiscated." Mae said, "You're not allowed to wear black. Black is a non-color. And white is a non-color, and no one is allowed to wear non-colors but Mae."
Raquel became incensed and took a bright red costume and took scissors to it and cut it into shreds and wore her own dress in the scene, and her dress was black.
Sit down, honey. You sound like a good agent.
You see, Miss Van Allen, Uncle Buck and I deal in myths, and movie stars are like gods and goddesses. When one fades, another promptly takes its place, because the human race requires that the pantheon always be filled. And you and I must seek out the glittering few that are the new stars of our race, reborn.
That is the damnedest thing I ever heard.